Hello there. Welcome back to Critical Cousins. We've been gone for a little bit. Had all sorts of holiday busyness going on here.
Finals for us.
Finals for these two work for me. So what are you gonna do?
Not see movies.
Not see movies is the main thing. Not see movies? Raiders of the Lost Ark.
We're gonna do Nazi movies.
This is Nazi movie week. No, that would probably be fun though.
We should do that.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, like Schindler's List. Maybe then like American History X. Like you change up with like neo-Nazi.
Inglourious Bastards though.
That'd be really good too. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of good Nazi movies. This is a weird start.
Speaking of Nazis, the Empire from Star Wars.
The Empire, according to the owner of Disney, in no way a political film. So, okay. Rogue One. We saw Star Wars Rogue One over the weekend. Zach and I saw the 10 o'clock midnight showing. And you saw it the next morning?
I saw it at 10:30 the next morning.
So we both saw it at 10. It's a PM and an AM. Yeah. Zach, you want to start with you, since you like to leech off our opinions, so we want to hear what yours are.
Well, I'm still not completely sure what I think of the movie.
I think that's kind of how I am, too. I don't know.
Kind of a mess, really.
Mm.
I didn't know what was going on a lot of the times. It was unnecessarily confusing. It didn't need to be that confusing.
What's just funny is it's so simple, the plot, and yet for some reason it's
They
very
made
hard
it
to
way
follow.
more complicated
It's very
than it
hard to
needed to
follow
be.
because they keep talking about what's Forrest Whitaker's character's name? I don't remember.
Who cares?
They say it a million times at the beginning of the movie, this guy, you gotta go to this guy, this guy, and then you finally see him, and he's spoilers, he's there for 2 scenes. It's why was there all this build up for this guy?
He was almost completely superfluous.
Yeah, there was really not a lot of point to Forrest Whitaker's character. Which is funny because he's probably the biggest name in the movie. I guess Forrest Whitaker's never been a huge name. I guess Felicity Jones would be the star.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she's the star of the movie, but I guess she would also be the most popular actor in the movie right now.
Since she's been nominated for an Oscar in the last 3 years.
Yeah. The only people I could really think of are her, Forrest Whitaker, and then the guy from Nightcrawler. Who is the only people I can think of. Riz Ahmed, I want to say his name was?
Yes.
So, yeah.
I feel like they're familiar names, but they're not star names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Which is what you're supposed to. That's how you cast Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
You put one actual star in a supporting role and kill them, and then you are supposed to learn to love everyone else in the movie.
I guess it is a Star Wars tradition. It's also an alien tradition. R.I.P. John Hurt, who's still alive, which is amazing.
John Hurt's awesome.
He is awesome. And then Diego Luna, who's also he's a guy that's been around for a long time, but he's not a star. Anyway, yeah. So it's a little overly complicated. I agree with that, especially because the plot really is just let's get the Death Star plans. That's really all it is. And so it was kind of silly to have all of this what about this? What about this? I don't know. It felt unnecessary.
Yeah, and I felt it was weird because they they kind of demonized the rebels for part of the movie. Because they want to kill the main character's dad, and so we're just rooting for Jin. We're not actually rooting for the rebels that much until after.
It was the rebels were. It's almost like they were confused. They weren't quite sure how to be rebels or something.
Yeah, they
don't know.
They actually didn't know what they were doing.
There was a lot of motivations where I didn't really get where they were coming from. It was kind of hard to follow. I couldn't remember any of the characters' names. I'm gonna be honest. The characters, for me at least, were really bland. There was nobody that interesting except the Alan Tudyk robot, who was I'm
surprisingly funny.
Yeah. With the theater we saw him in, he was killing. The audience loved him. Me and Zach were that was kind of funny. Everyone else is ha, ha, ha. But it's Alan Tudyk. I mean, he's gonna give good delivery.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was actually on set. It was him in
really?
a green suit or whatever.
That's
I didn't know that.
interesting.
Yeah. Green Man suit. But yeah, so it was a good cast. They just weren't well written characters. They were they weren't very interesting. Felicity Jones, she's a great actress.
Oh, she's a great actress.
For some reason, this movie she was one note the whole time. She was this meh, I'm Grumpy Pants Felicity Jones. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
and I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make her. It felt too much like they were trying to like really drill in here. Like she's a strong female character. It felt like Katniss Everdeen to me. Where I think she's really bland too. To me, when I think of a cool, strong female character, I think of like the Bride from Kill Bill.
Oh,
I
dude.
think of Michelle Rodriguez characters or stuff like that. Like I think of like. No, like they're actually tough, and they don't have to sit around talking about how tough they are. They actually just like do cool things. And it's
Yeah, and
or Ridley in
Force Awakens.
yeah. Oh yeah, Rey. Yeah. Well, that's what's funny is Rey is such an amazing character. She's like my favorite Star Wars character now. Like she's so cool.
Yeah.
And she has so much personality. She has so many different like sides to her. And you're like, oh, she's such a great multidimensional character, and she's strong. And it's not all about that. Like you know what I mean? And so it was great. Or like the girls in Mad Max, they were awesome.
Yes.
You know, and so it's like it's very easy to do like a cool, strong female character. For some reason, the Felicity Jones, she was just kind of bland, and I feel like if I were to say that to a lot of people, they'd be like, "Well, you don't like strong female characters." I'm like, I'm a feminist. I love strong female characters. I just thought this one was poorly written.
Like, if we did a list of our favorite characters, maybe like 7 out of 10 of them would just be like strong female characters.
yeah, and you don't have to be like a ninja lady to be a strong female character. Like Hermione Granger is one of the strongest female characters ever. But anyway, I think that is like the strongest thing about the movie is just the really awesomely diverse cast. It's just like, oh, this is really great, and they're all really great actors. It wasn't like it didn't feel like it was forced or anything. Like it was forced, but it was actually like, oh, like these guys are all really capable actors, and this is really cool. We don't get to see a really multi racial cast like this a lot, and so they were really great.
I feel like the two guys. The the kind of Jedi guy and then like the heavy artillery guy.
Yeah, those guys were
those
cool.
guys could have had their own movie.
Yeah, they were fun.
I feel like they were so cool. They could have used like give them more screen time, give them more character. Like,
well, that was the thing. Like, yeah, I felt like we got a hint of who they were, and I felt like if we had gotten a little bit more of them, they could have been really great. Like, I really liked their thing that they had
like
going.
so set up well and interesting.
Yeah,
just do something with them.
Yeah, they just had better dialogue. I'm gonna put all this on the screenwriters personally. I'm gonna say top 10 worst lines in film history. Darth Vader. Darth Vader's in the movie. That's not really a spoiler because everyone's talking about, oh, James Earl Jones is coming back. James Earl Jones is how I had said that.
Yeah.
That's like that meme. Wait, what'd you say?
Sound like Medea.
Medea! James Earl Jones! Hello! No, but so Darth Vader's there. He chokes a guy. And then he says, don't choke on your aspirations. And me and Zach both just looked at each other like, that didn't just happen. Like, that wasn't just said. Like, and think about this. This is a big budget franchise movie. This had to go through hundreds of rewrites. I mean, there must have been so many rewrites. That stayed every time. Through every draft, they were like, that's fine. That can stay right where it is. Nobody changed it. Like, that was just like, what? How did that get passed? How?
Well, they did kind of make up for it with that scene in the hallway with Darth Vader.
Okay, let's talk about that. Because a lot of people love that. A lot of people are like, oh, that was so cool and crazy. I thought that was horrifying.
It definitely was horrifying.
I thought that was way too intense. I was like, this isn't Star Wars. This isn't Star Wars. I'm scared. I need an adult. Because Darth Vader just shreds a bunch of people with the lightsabers. Just it's like, whoa, like Star Wars. You're Star Wars. You're Star Wars. Calm down. Like
and that's literally like in the last 15 minutes of the movie.
yeah, like it ends on that note. I get this is gonna be a spoiler video. We'll put in the description because it's hard to talk about things without spoiling everything. This is one of those movies where you could go outside and see the line waiting to see the next showing, and you could actually yell, "Everybody dies," and it would be a spoiler.
Yeah.
Everybody dies. And really, there aren't spoilers in this movie because the sequel is A New Hope.
Yeah.
So you know what happens.
I mean,
none of these people survive.
None of these characters are in a different movie.
Yeah.
They all die.
Yeah, they all die. They get blowed up.
That's an unfortunate thing that they just had to do.
I don't know. A lot of people Well, tell me, because I've talked to a few people about it, because a lot of people are saying like this is my favorite Star Wars movie. Like a lot of people are like freaking out, and I just can't, and I hate being that bummer guy. Like I was talking to somebody about it, and he was talking about the reasons he really loved it. I was asking him like why do you love it so much? And one of the things is like I really love the Easter eggs. We need to stop making Easter eggs more important than story. I don't care what was in the background. I don't give a crap. I don't care if the two guys from the cantina showed up.
I
Which,
thought
by
that
the
was
way,
really distracting and lame.
it was distracting and lame, and also, as Zach pointed out, it doesn't make sense because
That
on
city gets
planet,
blown up.
They would be dead. I mean, they wouldn't be in Force Awakens, or not Force Awakens. The
Hope.
other one, New Hope. Like they're the same movie. And that's a lot of people's argument for this is, well, Force Awakens was a rehash of A New Hope, which of course it was. So
it was
I like
just
Rogue
a
One better.
rehash structurally,
Sure, but
it
Characters.
brought in a lot of new characters and new
They were
things.
great. They were
a
really
lot
well
of
written.
good things.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the three, Poe.
Poe, Finn, and Rey are fantastic characters. Especially Finn and Rey. They're just so well written.
Like,
They're so
and-
fun and interesting.
Those three are three characters that you want to spend a trilogy of movies with.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, can we get more of them? Yes, please. Like, I'm so excited.
Like it's getting you ready for more movies, and I'm good with that. And like, because you only had one movie with these Rogue One guys, you needed to make them. You needed to make us feel something about them a lot faster. And like, I felt when most of them died.
I didn't.
I did like. I think
Heartless.
that the biggest downfall of this movie was I did not care about that captain guy.
The Diego Luna character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is. I don't care.
I didn't know anybody's name.
He was completely not likable to me.
I agree. It almost felt like they were trying to make him sort of like a Han Solo type. Like, I don't want to go on this mission with you, but we're doing it anyway.
But he's not charming.
But he's not charming. Well, what's funny is, and then I saw an interview with him on Conan, and he is very charming as a human being. And
He was not allowed to be charming for some stupid
They
reason.
Chris Pratted him in Jurassic World. They Jurassic Worlded him. They sucked all the fun
All the
out of
charisma.
him. All the charisma and fun. It was like, dude, like, we need to stop making characters just and be like, oh yeah, they're tough. Like, no, that's not fun.
No.
We love Han Solo not because he's like like super tough. We like him because he's a sassafras. he's a grump. And,
He gets in. He can be in legitimate trouble, and you're like, oh no.
yeah.
And you can laugh with him. You can laugh at him, but you still think he's awesome.
Exactly. Like, and they had, and I think that the new characters, Finn and Rey, like they had that same kind of thing where it's like they're very charming, like and they allowed them to be likable and have fun, and so with these new characters are all just so serious. I was like, this is making me miserable. And by the way, speaking of misery, this movie is gray. This is a black and white movie. Like, it is so muted and gray. It felt like I was watching a Zack Snyder movie, minus the slow motion and way dumber. Like, this is way better than a Zack Snyder movie. But it looked like it was like Man of Steel. It was just like this muted, gray, miserable.
Okay, it does not look as bad as Man of Steel.
But it was still. I was just watching. I was like, oh, this is a bummer. Like, this isn't colorful. This isn't fun. I'm not having a good Star Warsy time. I'm not like. It was Saving Private Ryan with Star Wars, and
I feel like it was a little more colorful than the opening of Saving Private Ryan.
yeah. Oh, that opening's so good. They basically have that. Like, there's a war on the beach, and there's like it really is kind of like Saving Private Ryan. But I was saying this earlier. I've almost felt the same way about this as I do about like Spaceballs, where it's like it felt almost more like a Star Wars parody, but not funny, like a war Star Wars movie. But it was like, oh, we'd have little cameos from things from the actual Star Wars universe, but we're going back to this other thing. And I get that it's supposed to be its own thing. I get that, but it just felt like a knockoff to me. It felt more like a knockoff than a Star Wars movie. And part of that was the music. There were, because it was Michael Giacchino, who's obviously an amazing composer.
One of the
He's
best living
guys working in the business right now. And he did the Star Trek music, and that was great. And then for the Star Wars, it was like it was too similar, because it would like start with the Darth Vader theme, and it would like kind of go up at the end, and you were like, this feels like a ripoff.
I feel like he was held back by the fact that he had to not like he didn't get to make his music.
Yeah.
He had to do his best to make John Williams music without being John Williams.
What I felt like watching the movie was like, did they lose the rights to the music? Like what happened? Because to me, it's like you could just 2001 it. Like you could just put the music in there. Like just put the Star Wars music in there. Don't bother with an original composer because why bother? Like why? Like we all know the music we want to hear. Like there was no opening scroll. There was like it just it felt it was simultaneously. It was trying too hard to be its own thing and not trying hard enough. It was like, here's some fanboy stuff for the fanboys, and then we're going to be just way, way out the other way.
It had to be a modern action movie, and that's unfortunate, because they kind of suck.
Most modern action movies are bad, yeah. And every once in a while they're great. We get a Mad Max every, 5 years, if that?
Maybe.
We get like a Kill Bill, and then we get a Mad Max. Every once in a while we get something really great. But, I don't know, this...
Yeah, I remember thinking, like, partway into the movie, like, it's too bad that this movie was made in 2016. like, we go to a different planet, and they, like, tell us the name of the planet, and, like what's going on, and I'm like, they don't do that in Star Wars movies. They
they don't.
No, you don't tell people the name of the planet. That's what the opening scroll is for, and then you just show.
I'm trying to think of what movie is it that does that though? Where it's like, oh, we're at this place. It's Roland Emmerich movies do that.
Yeah,
Roland Emmerich. Washington D.C. Oh, now we're in Missouri. Like it'll be like or whatever. Like
National Treasure does that, but I don't feel like it's that annoying when National Treasure does it.
Yeah.
Like James Bond does it too.
Maybe the James Bond movies do it too. Yeah, and
Marvel movies do it.
Marvel movies do it too. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
I think Emmerich started it.
I feel like in Star Wars, don't do that.
Star Wars shouldn't be doing
that.
It just made it more confusing.
There should never be text on the
screen.
Planet?
Yeah, I was like, what's this planet? Why are we here? What is going on?
Did we need
overly complicated?
Did we need to know that we're on like an Imperial detention facility when Jyn is in handcuffs in a truck and rebels break her out? Like, we know we were in Imperial detention. Like,
speaking of Imperials, let's talk about a huge thing that's very divisive. Some people love it, some people hate it. Tarkin. So, General Moff Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
You're familiar with him.
Peter Cushing is...
Peter Cushing.
May he rest in peace, he's awesome.
Yes. So Jeff Bridges and Tron Legacy'd him, and they put, whatever stand-in actor was there, and they CGI'd Peter Cushing's face onto him and had him talk.
The actor is the guy that played Pius Thickness in Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is Bill Nighy?
No. That's Rufus Scrimgeour.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Who's Pius Thickness?
He's like the minister that
Voldemort appoints. Yeah, he's the minister that's under the Imperious Curse the whole time.
Oh. What?
So he's only in, I think he's only in 7 Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember who the actor was.
You'd mostly remember him, seeing him at the Ministry when they, break in with the Apology Expression. Anyway, that's who it is.
Sorry. Bad Harry Potter fan. No, but, creepy. I thought it was creepy. I thought it was Uncanny Valley. It felt like a Robert Zemeckis CG movie to me. I didn't like it.
It was not...
But a lot of people love it.
It was not that distracting to me. I did not have my glasses, so...
I did. I think that was a mistake.
So, not having my glasses was probably a good idea.
Maybe if we watch this on film, it would be... it would hide it a little better, maybe. Yeah. But watching it in, 4K or whatever.
Jeff Bridges in Tron Legacy, I did not like that. It bothered me so much.
And this is better than that. We've come a long way.
It is significantly better.
It didn't fool me.
Because I didn't have glasses and we were sitting in, the 10th row, I did not hardly... it didn't bother me.
We were in the 2nd row, and I was wearing my glasses, so it was
you guys just made poor decisions.
Well, we had a really full theater. Surprise.
What? A full theater for Star Wars?
No, wait, I don't know. For me, it was Uncanny Valley. If he was just staying still, it would have been okay. I still would have noticed, but it would have been okay.
They gave him a pretty big part in the movie, though.
They had him talk way too much. Yeah. When he was talking, it was kind of creepy.
Some of the some of the lines were like actually from previous Star Wars movies. I noticed.
Mm.
And they did that with some of the pilots. What did they do with like the pilots? Did they just take?
Apparently they did the same thing. Apparently they took footage of them and like put it in there. Like apparently there's like deleted footage from the original Star Wars that they had in that movie.
I feel like those worked a lot better.
I thought those were cool.
Those were pretty cool.
Because for a second I just thought they dressed up actors like that, and I was like, oh, that's so great. They're making them look like the 70s because that's what they looked like in Star Wars. They didn't look like space people. They looked like guys. Like it was probably like a boom operator that they had sitting there with this big mustache. It was, I mean. Because that movie was, so kind of weirdly independently made, but yeah.
My biggest complaint about that is where was Porkins?
Zach and I were talking about that too.
Where was Porkins?
Where was Porkins? Hashtag where's Porkins? We want our Porkins. I was pretty bummed out that there was no Porkins.
I also was sad that Wedge wasn't there, but I was like, you have to put Porkins in because it's Porkins.
Yeah. Other big eye roll for me. Forrest Whitaker's character says it's a trap. And
he does?
Yes, he does. And I wanted to punch through the screen when he said that. Yeah.
I did not.
He says it really subtly, and he only starts a sentence with it. It's like, it's a trap. Rest of the sentence. No, you can't just keep going after you say that. That is so pandering. That is so dumb. I hated it. And there were people in our theater that were like, oh! they fooled a lot of people.
I feel like the only one that you can... The only Star Wars meme you can completely get away with is saying, I have a bad feeling about this.
Because apparently it's in every
Star Wars movie.
Which I didn't realize, because when I watched Force Awakens and they said that, I was like, that's all Force. But then I found out, oh, they say it in every movie. I was like, oh, I guess they do.
You have to have it, and I was okay with that. But, I did not catch that it's a trap, and now I'm gonna hate it.
This is dumb. 1 second, I'm gonna flip the viewfinder to where it's looking at us. We're really breaking the fourth wall over here at Cousins. I don't know, what other things? I think we covered most of it. It's really well made. Clearly there was a big budget, and we can see where it went. It
went into the cinematography, the action coordination.
Yeah.
Their stunt coordinator, he did a good job.
Yeah, it was very visually impressive. They just needed a good script.
It was better made than Force Awakens, but it was not as story interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to ever say you're wrong for this movie, because a ton of people love this movie. I'm in the minority on this. I'm
you are
the wrong. I'm the wrong one. So and if you love this movie, I completely get why. It is a Star Wars movie, but it is also its own thing. It's sort of independent. It has a lot of nods to the original movies. It's I get it. But for me, it just wasn't.
It has everything that general audiences in 2016 want to see.
Yes, but also I have some very smart, very analytical film-wise friends who really loved this movie, and for some of them Grand Moff Tarkin being there was their favorite thing. They were like, oh my god, we can do that now. This is movie magic.
I thought that was pretty cool, actually.
See, for me, it's just not there yet.
I just like Grand Moff Tarkin as a character. He's so cool.
He was cool. I would have been fine with a voice memo or just his back is always to the audience, he's looking out the window or something.
It would have been better if he was in the film about as much as Darth Vader was.
Yeah, I thought Darth Vader was kind of in it too much.
He's in 2 scenes!
Yeah. He didn't. He had that long dialogue scene, and it was dumb. I remember, watching that scene, I was like, this is bad. These lines are bad. I could picture James Earl Jones in the studio recording these lines.
Just shaking his head.
I could picture him doing really? I went from Empire to this. This is... Can you get a Kazdan in here? Can you get somebody? I don't know. Yeah, but again, that's just me. A lot of people, Darth Vader being there was their favorite part. It's all opinions. It's all... And I was sad when I came out of the movie, because I was like, God, I wish I loved this as much as everybody else did. I just didn't. Was there anything like after the credits, anything like that? We
I didn't
stick
see.
around. Yeah, none of us stuck around.
It's not a Marvel movie.
No, it's not. It's
No.
It would be.
Some of them would be good on the Avengers.
I feel like it would be.
The Blind Jedi guy.
He would be awesome.
He'd be a very good asset for the Avengers. He'd be good.
Yes. Probably the most interesting character right there.
Yeah, he was cool, and they just kind of.
I want to know, I really want, backstory on, how he and the heavy weapons guy met, and,
we need another spin-off movie of the spin-off movie.
We don't, but I want it.
Well, that's what I think is the kind of the issue, is just he wants to make all these spin-off movies. I think that, the idea of how did the guys steal the Death Star plans, that's a great idea for, a 45-minute story. I don't think it needed to be a full 2 hours. I don't think for me, it just wasn't worth it.
It could definitely have been cut down to, a solid... if that movie was an hour and a half, it would be much more solid.
I think so, yeah. I think you could have trimmed it. I can think of plenty of stuff to trim, but a lot of people, that would have been their favorite stuff. What was the other thing I was going to say? It's very cool that they're, solving one of the biggest plot holes in cinematic history, which is why is there a big hole in the Death Star that you can blow up?
It was literally designed that way.
Because the guy didn't really like the Empire. Ooh, it was his daughter. And so, that was all, the premise was good. All of the story stuff was good. It was just... It's the actual screenplay, just the characters felt weak, the dialogue was pretty weak, and it felt a little overly complicated.
Yeah. Jin and the captain guy had no chemistry, and it was painful.
Yeah, no. And then they're supposed to be in love at the end, and I was like, this feels forced.
I'm glad they didn't. I'm like, don't kiss, please.
Yeah, at least they just kept it at it was they didn't feel like they had a connection.
No.
At least to me.
It was... No.
And if Jen is a protagonist, we should have seen more of her.
More of her being awesome.
Yeah, we should, or, stuck with her more, she may have been in every scene, I just don't really remember anything about her. And there was a lot of characters who were also... nobody really felt like a supporting character. It felt like there were 5 main characters in the movie. Obviously it wasn't prequel bad, where it's there's literally no protagonist to these movies. But it almost felt like each of these characters were supposed to be the main character. At least for me, because it was I could see the Diego Luna guy being the main character, even though he's also pretty bland. I could see the Blind Jedi guy being the main character. I could see I was kind of I don't feel like Jin is really taking the center of this movie.
And that's once again on
yeah.
the writing.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, Chris Weitz, I want to say. I don't remember who else helped write it, but that was one of the guys. So yeah.
It could have been better, but oh man, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was so funny to me. Everybody was coming in. They're like, "I can't wait for this." I'm like, "Guys, it's a Star Wars prequel. Learn a lesson."
It's officially the best Star Wars prequel by about 17 million.
Yeah. It's easily my 5th favorite Star Wars movie.
But there's a big gap.
Yeah.
Between whatever your number 4 is and Episode 3.
It'd be between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. Yeah. Anyway, not a bad movie by any means, but for me it just did a lot of stuff wrong, and it felt kind of wishy-washy.
Just based on how many movies I've seen this year, it'll still probably be in my 10 favorite movies.
This is a slow year.
It was a bad year for everything.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2016, the worst year in American history since 2001.
Oh yeah, that montage on John Oliver of just hating 2016 was perfect. Yeah, this is a terrible year. It's a miracle that we're all still alive. Let's hope 2017 is better. So episode 8 comes out next year, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we can look forward to that. Ryan Johnson, he's really good.
Oh my gosh, Ryan Johnson's doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very, very, very good. And see, I came into this thinking Gareth Edwards movie. Like, I didn't like Godzilla. I haven't seen Monsters yet, but I could already tell this guy is not. He's a visual guy, not a story guy.
And the movie was visually pretty good.
Yep. Except for the colors. Could have been more colors. Just up the contrast.
Every single
very
non-animated movie made in the last 5 years needs more color.
Yeah, have more colors. Like again, I will never stop going back to Mad Max Fury Road as a great example.
Also Kill Bill.
And also Kill Bill.
Really colorful movies.
Very colorful.
Mad Max is in the desert and it's colorful.
Yeah, like there's all kinds of just wild, crazy colors in that movie. And yeah, Kill Bill also. It's just like a ton of just, it's so
vibrant
and,
colors.
Yeah, it's great. A big yellow truck, and then there's all these reds and all. Like, it's just, it's so good. Anyway, yeah, have more color movies. Other than that, I don't know. Zachary, any final thoughts? I think that just about sums it up. Sorry. If this was your favorite Star Wars movie, I apologize. Again, statistic-wise, we're in the wrong.
But if it is your favorite Star Wars movie,
we'd love to know why.
Go watch the original trilogy.
Also,
and,
yes.
And come back to us.
I had a person distinguish her, like, nothing tops the original trilogy, but this may be my personal favorite. And I was like, at least they made that distinction. Like
I can get behind that.
Yeah, that's fine. I approve, I guess. Stupid. Anyway. Yeah, that's about it for Rogue One. We'll see you next year, probably.
Unless we get one out for La La Land.
Ooh, that'd be nice. That's the movie we're really pumped for.
We're hoping to get one out for La La Land soon.
This is our Star Wars.
We are so hyped for La La Land.
Yeah. Big Whiplash fans. So anyway, yeah.
And then you'll probably get La La Land and then a year-end list.
Yeah,
we'll do 2 year-end lists. We'll do all movies that we reviewed, ranked, and then we'll do just our personal favorite 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sounds good. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.